The expanded personnel file requirements. So personnel files now must include training and education records. We never used to have to maintain training records, okay? So every time you guys do a sexual harassment prevention training, again, every 2 years, 2 hours for your managers, 1 hour for your non-managers, you have to make sure you're doing those trainings on a biannual basis. You now must maintain a record of that in each and every person's personnel file. Now, if you do your trainings through me, and many of you in this room do, you know that I give you a certificate of completion. I've been doing this now for 9 years. That is sufficient to satisfy this obligation. However, if you guys have tailgate meetings at the beginning of the shifts where you go over safety protocols, if you go over your policies and procedures, you have to keep attendance at each one of these meetings. And then that attendance sheet has to be put into each and every personnel file for each and every tailgate meeting that you hold throughout the entire year. You will be required to maintain these records for no less than 3, although I recommend 4 years for you to do. You also have to maintain accurate information regarding who the employee was that received the training, who provided the training, the duration and the date of the training, what were the core competencies that were trained on, and then what kind of certifications, if any, resulted. Just one more thing for you guys to have to do in 2026. Keeping track of these records. Set up a policy on this, guys. Put something together where someone is tasked with maintaining these records and then ensuring that they're getting into the personnel files now, because you want to be ahead of the game. The last thing you want is to have a big old stack of training records that you have to sort through every quarter or every 6 months and have to distribute them into personnel files, because at any given time, an employee can make a request for them to be able to come in and inspect their own personnel files, and you have 30 days to provide them with either a copy or provide them access to that personnel file. So the last thing you want is to wait till an employee comes forward and says, hey, I want to look at my personnel file, and you're scrambling to go, oh crap, where are those training documents that we did 6 months ago? So stay on top of this, be ahead of the curve whenever you can.